Konnichiwa, I am Sensei, and welcome to
Chopstick Chowdown! With your hostess, Erin, Guertin, and Mary Duncan! And just Rogers. Featuring Sensei! Show begin!
Konnichiwa! We will be starting with a pork dish, tonkatsu, with a side dish of sticky rice.
For dessert, we'll be having a Japanese sponge cake with a light sugar coating.
This will all be served with a steaming cup of green tea.
Young Grasshoppers. You may now begin.
Alright, so we're starting our first dish, which is the tonkatsu, and it's pork tenderloin and like a breadcrumb kind of coating. And so I'm going to start by tenderizing the meat. Tenderizing it just makes it a bit easier to cook, and so it'll go by a bit faster. Next, I'll evenly coat the pork tenderloin with flour so that the breadcrumbs and everything will stick. Make sure to make it even so that it doesn't overcook on different sides.
Next, I'm going to dip the pork tenderloin that's just been put flour on into the mixture of flour and water. It can get kind of messy.
While she's doing that, I'll be preheating the stove to 180 degrees Fahrenheit and evenly putting vegetable oil on the bottom of the frying pan. Now since Mary's done all that, I'm going to do the final step of putting the pork tenderloins with the breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to do that side, flip over that side. I think that side needs a bit more. So there's one done. And after each step, you should always wash your hands with soap for
And warm water.
20 seconds with warm water, rubbing so that you can get all the dirt and germs off. We're fighting back. Okay, so now that we've got this all done, I'm just going to wipe my fingers off here. We've got this all done. It's time to put them in the frying pan and cook the 3 pork tenderloins till they're golden brown. Watch your fingers so you don't burn. This is going to be really good.
Scene transition!
Safety tip. When cooking, never leave the stovetop unattended. Make sure you clean up after cooking, especially after using raw meats.
So now you know!
And now our tonkatsu is golden brown and ready to be served.
Next, we're going to make the staple to every Japanese meal, rice. Take a mini strainer of rice and drain it under cold water.
And while this is happening, we've got the oven preheated for our cake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Once it's strained with cold water, add to a boiling pot of water.
Once that's added in, we're going to add in a couple dashes of salt. We put the cover on. You don't stir rice ever. I'm going to shake it out to even it out in the bottom. And you're going to let it simmer for 17-20 minutes depending on your oven or stove or whatever that is.
Now for our favorite part.
Dessert!
We'll be making a Japanese sponge cake.
First, we preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to take your 8 by 8 inch brownie pan. I already have it waxed and greased, so you're going to put some flour in there. Shake it around, make sure it's evenly all over, dump out the excess, and you have your pan ready.
Now, we have 5 eggs that have already been beaten. Next, we add sugar and honey. Make sure you get all of it in the bowl. Once you have all the ingredients in the bowl, you must stir until thick.
Now that it's thick, we're going to add the baking powder and flour. Sorry, Allison.
Now we're going to stir this until it's smooth.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, but
Hey, why are you recording?
I'm not recording.
Why is the light on then?
The light's always on.
That's not.
Listen.
You were just recording, weren't you?
Yes.
What?
Okay, you make me proud, monkeys. Very, very proud.
Am I saying like you did make me happy, or you're going? Or you
You
supposed
make me proud because we made it.
Well, you have to, enunciate. Am I supposed to be?
Pronunciate. Pronunciate.
Am I saying this like?
Oh. It's
Am I supposed to be
pronunciate.
saying it like make me proud, or you made me proud?
Make me proud.
You make me proud. So like.
You make me proud, monkeys.
Well,
You'll make
in what context?
Practice round. Practice round.
Okay, take
In what
just made the cake.
Oh,
It was
so you
awesome.
make me.
Yes, that's what I
Okay,
said.
I'm just saying you
make
made,
me
or you're
proud.
going, or you have to, or you already did. That's what I'm trying to find out.
You make
Oh,
me proud.
okay.
Pronunciate.
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 Alright, so now that we've mixed all of our ingredients together, we've got all the batter made, and we're going to put it into the pan so we can put it into the oven. By Erin rocks. Look how nice and spongy that is. Perfect.
Now,
With an oven mitt,
With
not
the
to
oven
burn
mitt.
her hand.
safety first. We're going to put this into the oven that has been preheated, and it's going to cook for around 40 minutes. But we'll check it every once in a while with a toothpick.
Another safety tip provided by.
Don't eat raw batter. It contains eggs and can give you salmonella poisoning.
And now you know. It's ready.
Okay.
Make sure to turn off the oven.
Once your cake is cooked, place it on the stove top. Once our cake is cooled for about 10 minutes, we can now put icing sugar on the top.
So you just pour it in there, and then once it's poured in, you lightly tap. And it's basically
It's
like
snowing.
a snowstorm on the cake. You want to have a lot on there. It makes it taste better, and it makes it look like it's snowing even harder.
We don't care about our health. More sugar the better.
Voila.
And voila, you have our last recipe. Now for the finishing touches. On the tonkatsu, we'll add some Japanese sauce, which goes really good with all the flavors. And for the rice, we'll add some soy sauce. Soy sauce really makes the rice taste not as bland. But you don't want to put too much on because it's pretty strong flavor. Now for our cake. Chopsticks. And it's ready to serve to Sensei. Oh, Sensei,
Yes, young grasshoppers. Why
you
is
have
this
your meal.
Sensei?
You are now masters of the kitchen.
Thank you.
I've got a hunger, twisting my stomach into knots that my tongue is tied off. My brain's repeating, if you've got an impulse, let it out. But they never make it past my mouth. Ba-ba, this is the sound of settling. Ba-ba, 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 this is the sound of settling. Ba-ba, ba-ba. just around the bend.